This is called a. I just asked Chris to find a picture of this thing. This is called like a
Okay.
bully bob or something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
We
okay,
had one of the in the gym I used to
okay.
go to.
So my teenage
Chris
boys
knows.
sometimes
Yeah. Hmm.
sometimes they get really angry at each other and want to beat the crap out of each other. So in our house, um, we're constantly talking about love and connection. No, we're boys, so we talk about a lot of things, but
Uh-huh.
they know that my gig here in this house is that we're going to love each other. But sometimes they want to kill each other. Um, and so I got this thing, this like bully Bob dummy, and I put it in the basement, and it's really
Hmm.
helpful with my younger son when he wants to, because the older son can kind of outsmart the younger one because he's just, he's got more years on earth and he just knows how to push buttons better.
Hmm.
The younger
Wait, so
one,
older is 16, younger is 14.
14, yeah. So the younger
Okay.
one,
Hmm.
resorts to,
Right.
he could just,
Right.
he
Yeah.
just wants to attack. So I got this thing and I grab him. We go down to the basement and he beats the crap out of this thing for a few minutes. And
Hmm.
then we come upstairs and it's all gone. All
Hmm.
of that stuff, his hatred for his brother, it's all gone. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, here's an
Yeah.
orange juice. Oh, you guys want a seltzer,
Yeah.
whatever. It's like cookies for everyone. It's
Yeah.
it's over. And if we just started to understand, like you're saying, some kind of real education, what are these forces inside of me, right? Because otherwise, the younger one punches the big one, then the big one punches this. And if they don't stop, then dad needs to come in and punish them. And then there's consequences that could last 2 weeks. You get your
Yeah.
phone taken away for
Yeah.
weeks and you go to your bed now. And it's a whole ripple effect. And we think about that in life, right? It turns into a
Hmm.
war, or it turns into a bad election,
Yeah.
or it turns into
No.
whatever. When you just understand the mechanisms at work
Yeah.
here and how to discharge them and how to work with the forces.
Yeah. You can say the action is violent, you know, but this is not trying to hurt someone else. This is exhausting the beastly nature in you so you can
Yeah.
make room for the human to think
Yeah.
clearly.
Exactly.
This is what's
Exactly.
happening. You are you we this is again, this is part of the problem. As kids, we are not taught. No one teaches us that we're built from several layers of existence, of perception, of cognition and habit, and sometimes, like, look, we have a, oh boy, there's too much wife stuff I'm going into today. I'll say half of what I wanted to say. Okay. My wife knows there's like, we know there's a rule in the house that food has to come in into this to this body in order for peace to dwell. This is one of the
Yes.
rules. Okay. I gotta stop here. I gotta stop here. But so the why, because it's very clear that when I am hungry and
You're a
I
jerk.
I don't behave the same. I don't have the same patience, capacity to think, ability to withstand pressure. I just need to eat. I
Is it
need to
any
eat,
wonder that
and then
people
I can think. It's the
is it any
same
wonder
thing.
people are rioting in the streets? Is there any wonder that people are frustrated? They have all of these unknown passions and forces working inside of them without the education to understand how to discharge all of this. And nature gave us all of this energy in order to discharge it in a way that we can use it.
And on the very basic level, the rudimentary level, the level that we start from, we are animals. We are animals.
No, no,
And
no. The very basic layer is even less than that, is vegetative,
sure,
or even less than that.
even less than
There's
that.
also, because if you
Yeah.
follow the brain, how the brain developed,
Mm,
right? There's the part at the top of the spinal cord, which is responsible for temperature regulation, food, sex, all that stuff.
mm.
And then only at the front, that's what we share, that changed from monkeys a couple million years ago, or stuff, whatever it was.
Yeah,
So
the
we have all
frontal
of these
lobe, the
different
prefront and
processes,
the, yeah.
and we had these other ones for millions of years. These new ones are pretty new. So
Mm-hmm.
we have all of these tendencies that come to us without us being aware of it at all. We need to
Yeah.
understand who we really are. Who is Patricia? Who is Maria? Who is David? Who is
Who are
Isoka?
you people? Who are
Who
you?
are you? And what are you doing here?
Oh man. No, but look, this is a serious issue. I mean, I am I'll admit that I'm always trying, like just like that little exercise we did today at lunch, or my wife and I we're always trying to like complement and add and augment the education of our children. And my wife's amazing in everything that has to do with, educating little children. Like she's just like, she I don't know, she can speak to babies and, negotiate with little children, um up to a certain age. but
You didn't have to say that.
I need to
You
win
could
some
have just
points,
ended with a
some points
compliment.
back here. Okay. Oh boy, not a good show for me today. But anyway, um, I'll admit that I always feel like I'm not doing enough. I always feel like it's very hard in our world with the flood of media and social media and video games and school. And even though we're very very different from your any average kind of family, screen time is very limited, and what goes into the kids brains is very limited. They read a lot and all that. But um still it feels like like, swimming against the current. It's very hard. We got to go. There has to be a true massive revolution of education in
There was
the
there was
world today.
we're
Like
okay,
massive.
so I
Hmm.
started out the show on a high note saying that we're in a state of complete deterioration. um, the issue we have is that even the teachers, we talked about this so many times that you spend 12 years learning math. How many years do you learning how to relate to someone, or
Yeah,
even
no,
deal with
that's exactly, yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's so we have an sorry, I gotta rant, gotta vent and rant a little bit.
yeah.
We have an educational system that is literally designed from the 19th century, pretty much. That's insane. That's insane. The industrial revolution came. They needed workers. They came up with how to a way to separate the peasants from the farmers, from the boy farmers, and start putting them in some production line that can produce workers. And the nuts and bolts of the system haven't changed
To this
for
day, yeah.
200 years. For 200 years. That's ridiculous. If it, and now with COVID, when that system is kind of shutting down, because of the virus, it's like the opportunity. We have to see it as an opportunity. We have to see it. It's clear that the educational system needs to go through a massive change. I don't think there's even a debate.